The other person gets 44%, you are selected. And you may get 95%, but the other person gets 96%, the other person is selected. Because it's a competitive exam. So the idea is not passing or failing. I think practically everybody passes their papers in the sense, gets more than 30%, 33% or whatever. The idea is to reach, to score the highest, because it's a competitive exam, and to be among those top. So when you sit in the prelims, you have to be among the top 2% to get called to sit for the main exam. Now, what is the preliminary examination? How many, what papers do you have to prepare for? What are the minimum qualifications to sit for the preliminary exam? The minimum qualification is graduation. You have to be a graduate. You can be a graduate in anything. Art, science, commerce, home science, medicine, engineering, law, whatever you like. There is no minimum percentage that you have to have scored in your graduation. You can even have passed with a third class, no problem. You have to be a graduate from a recognized university in any field. That is the minimum qualification. Of course, you have to be an Indian citizen. And second, you have to be between the ages of 21 and 32 for general candidates. For candidates from the reserved categories, there are still 2 or 3 years, so even up to 35, you can sit for the exam if you belong to a reserved category. For general category students, it's between the ages of 21 and 32. And you can choose to sit in any language you like. I mean, the medium also you can choose, doesn't have to be English. You can choose to sit for the examination in any one of the 16 official languages that are recognized in the Constitution of India. Now, in the preliminary exam, you have 2 papers. One paper in which you have to score and one paper in which you have to qualify. Just qualify. You have to get 30% in that, 33% in that. If you get 33, whether you get 33 or 99, it doesn't make a difference. Which are these 2 papers? The one paper which you have to score in is a general studies paper. It's a 3-hour long paper, and it's basically like a general knowledge paper, in which there will be history, there will be political science, there will be geography, there will be physics, there will be chemistry, there will be some logical reasoning kind of 3 questions, some mathematics questions. Now you'll say, how can I answer this kind of paper? I am a graduate only in one land. No. The level of GK is the level of the 12th standard. Okay? So, apart from current affairs, which current affairs forms a big part of that, current affairs are whatever you read in the newspapers and things like that. But the rest, when they are knowledge questions, the level is restricted to 12th standard level, which everyone has done, right? But a good standard, 12th standard, like an NCERT level, that is the level of the GK paper. So you don't have to get worried. You don't have to be a graduate level knowledge in all these subjects. Nothing to do. The second paper, which is an aptitude paper. So there they judge logical reasoning, comprehension, but in that aptitude paper, sometimes ethics, integrity, they try. I mean, it's very difficult to judge in a question paper, but whatever. In that aptitude paper, you have to only clear 33%. But you have to focus on scoring in your general knowledge paper, because only the top 2% are going to go on to the main exam. Okay? Now this preliminary exam is generally held in the month of June. This year I think it was held on the 5th of June. Okay? Now these results come out, they take a couple of months to come out and whatever. In about September or October, if you have reached among the top 2%, you are called to sit for the main examination. The main examination consists of 9 papers. Okay? Again, among these 9 papers, only 7 papers contribute to your score, your rank. 2 papers you have just got to clear. And which are these two papers that you have to clear? One is English language and one is any Indian language you like. You can choose any of the 16 Indian languages which are in the 7th schedule, the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Okay? Neither of these two papers will test you on the literature of that language. So you don't have to know Shakespeare and Milton and nothing like that. It's just language. So basically grammar, comprehension, short paragraphs, those kind of things. Even in the Indian language, even in English. And it is not really difficult. All of you have done some Indian language. You have not done Konkani, you have done Hindi, you have done Marathi, you have done something in your 10th standard level. It's even less than that, because in 10th standard you are also learning poetry and some literature and all that. That is not involved in this language thing. So they are very easy to clear, no problem. But you have to do English and one Indian language. Now your 7 papers, that's where you have to score, that's where you have to focus on each paper. The value of each paper is 250 marks and it's a 3-hour paper. Now in your prelims, you were dealing with multiple choice. Here, 4 papers continue to be multiple choice. There are 4 compulsory papers on general studies. In your prelims, you sat in 1 general study paper. Here now, it's in more detail and there are 4 papers in general studies. The course material is the same. The level is the same, 12th standard level. So you don't again have to get worried. But of course, current affairs, there is no level. Current affairs, you have to be aware of what is going on. Now, these papers, they are general studies papers. They don't say this is a history, this is this, but broadly you get an idea in the syllabus. One paper focuses on history and culture. Okay, Indian history, basically freedom movement some highlights of Indian history and culture. Culture, what are the
there is silent space inside. Why don't you go inside? You know better.
One paper, the next one, and geography also. Some basic geography. The second in general studies paper focuses on the policy, that is political science, government, the function, what the lower classes to learn in civics, and later on to learn in science. Again, as I see, the third general studies paper focuses on science and technology. Again, some physics, some chemistry, but not, they will not ask you some formula or state Newton's laws, not that kind of physics.